Aloha world and all who inhabit it, it's your boy Covetingace coming back in. I've actually been noticing recently, a lot of people aren't too happy with the video I made about the Elgato HD60 versus a Avermedia live gamer portable. Saying I haven't really made a clear description, didn't show that much about it. Well, fine, so everybody can stop bitching and whining. Which honestly, I say fuck them all. I'm going for one of the newer Avermedia game recorder, blah blah blah, whatever they are. But so everybody can please stop bitching and whining. I'm gonna go ahead and make a recap video, and let's see if we can finally get a clear winner in this one. Quick side note. The PS4 is actually hooked up to the Avermedia. The HDMI out from the Avermedia is going to the Elgato HD60, and from the Elgato HD60 is going to my monitor. Both capture cards advertise 1080p 60 frames per second HDMI pass-through, so I felt like that shouldn't be an issue. So the first game I decided to go along with was Rocket League, because when I turned on my PS4 it was already loaded up, so might as well. Next game I had to record because, come on, let's face it, who doesn't include Battlefield 4 in any game recorder test? That's like the holy grail of motion blur. Well, obviously gotta test it out.
We own Objective Alpha.
Now the next game you should already know if you've been keeping track of my live streams. I've been live streaming this game a lot, so as you already know, I have to do a little bit of Dark Souls. And for last, I had to include this one because even though people have said it's not a Dark Souls game, it's still a damn good Dark Souls clone at least. And of course you already know I'm talking about Bloodborne. So now for the part that everybody kept complaining about on my last video, my thoughts on it. I don't know why my personal opinion is that much worthy, but okay, here it goes. As for the Avermedia Light Game Portable, of course that one always has the fact that it's cheap, it does everything that the Elgato can do as long as you don't count 1080p 60 frames per second, and on top of that, it's a lot more stable. Yeah, the Elgato kind of crashed on me a lot during a few of my live streams. But then the Elgato has a lot better color reproduction, because as you can see, darker colors show up a lot more clear, and brighter colors pop out a lot more. And on top of that, it has a few more features in its software for sharing content, and a little bit for editing. I mean, yeah, they're pretty cool, but at the same time, let's be honest, who's gonna actually use them? 9 out of 10, if you have one of these, you probably have, not saying I condone it, but you probably have a pirated copy of Sony Vegas or Adobe After Effects. Once again, not saying I condone it, but let's face it, you probably have one. So that whole video editing thing doesn't even come into play at this point. It's pretty much useless. And I can personally say, I've been using the Avermedia for the longest. The Elgato I lent out to Accelerate Gaming. Link in the description if you want to check out his channel. So now everybody can finally be happy. You got my opinion. Although if you think my opinion is wrong, when let's face it, it's the internet, someone's going to think I'm wrong. Please leave that in the comments below. Let's see what you think. Honestly, of course, as I said, Elgato looks better, but Avermedia is more compatible and cheaper. So it kind of defeats the purpose. But, as I said, if you have any other thoughts on it, leave it in the comments below. As for me, I'm going back to Dark Souls 3. You guys have a great day.